Hi everybody, this is Maida from North Florida Gardener. I'm really excited to show you the garden today. So I will be doing the May tour from the front yard and the backyard, and actually the side yard. I made some changes in the side yard. So I'm really excited. The front yard especially, I'm really happy with the front bed. I have a few beds in the front. The main one I think is looking really, really good. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video and the tour, and you can see the little bit of progress that I've made. It's just very, very slow, and gosh, you got to be patient gardening. What was I going to say? If you have any comments, suggestions, that would be great. Not too many people are commenting. If you have any tricks for seeds starting or growing from seed. I'm really trying hard. I even put this little statue that I have of an owl, and I think it worked for a couple of days. But then, but I am happy that my I put out my dish with the water, and the birds have been coming and bird bath taking baths. Um, so I can't feed the birds because the squirrels eat the seeds, but I can provide a bath for them or water for them, and they do use it, which is really exciting. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, the tour. Also, I keep promising that I'm going to upload videos every 2 weeks, but I haven't been doing that, and I apologize. I do videotape. I do videotape everything I do. I have tape on power washing. I have tape on a little bit on the um, cleaning the gutters, but it's just really putting it together and editing it. And I'm always like wanting it to be perfect. So I'm going to try not to do that. Like after this video, I have a little project I'm working on, and I'm just going to upload it. And even if it's just 10 minutes, yeah, I'm always wanting it to like show from the beginning to the end, and it's just impossible, especially this patio transformation. It's going to take a while. I mean, I probably cleaned my gutters maybe a month ago, and then I did my power washed, I want to say 2 weekends ago. 2 weekends ago, I planted a few annuals, maybe last weekend. So, every weekend I do something, but um, if I wait till it's completely done, then it'll be months. So yeah, I'm hoping that by the end of summer, I hope you can see me. The sun's kind of weird. By the end of summer, it'll be complete. I should hope, right? Flower. But the one thing I take from this, or I hope you take from this, is go get the ocean blue salvia. It's amazing, especially in, I want to say April. Those flowers were like almost neon. I mean, I could see them from my couch. I look outside and it's like, oh, they were so bright. And now some of those flowers have kind of died off, but the calyxes are purple. So it still looks like it's in bloom. Not as bright, but I'm just really, really impressed with that one. And hopefully you'll enjoy the video. And I did name each plant just because if someone's new to the video, to the channel, that they know what each plant is. If you have any suggestions, if there's something that you want to see, let me know in the comments. Anyway, enjoy, and I will see you in the next video. Hi everyone. This is my front yard tour, and look at that cestrum. Look at this. I love this view right here with the cestrum and the vinca. But look at it. It's afternoon, so it's sunny. But look at it's packed full of flowers and more buds to come. More buds. I see more buds everywhere. So this bloomed about maybe 2 weeks ago. It started. It only had like one little bud or little, yeah, and then all of a sudden it just started. So beautiful. So this is definitely a full sun um, bed, garden bed. You can kind of see it here. So there's a little bit of shade over here, but it'll be in full sun till, oh my gosh, maybe 6:30. Up here in the front is the vinca, which I planted last year, late actually, and it survived, and I just cut it back a little bit and it came back. So I'm really happy with it. It's hard to find things that do well in our sun, especially afternoon sun, so it's doing well and it's staying there. I don't plant anything here because I've done it in the past, and then this cestrum just overpowers it. It's going to get double its size. If it doesn't, I would be surprised, but last year it was double the size. Over to the right are just a couple of liriopes, which are growing. And then we have the blue days, which is supposed to do well here. And sometimes in other locations it's done better. It's okay. It's there. Over next to that is the a type of salvia, and I don't know the name. I got it. Someone gave it to me, and it gets really, really tall. It doesn't really bloom till fall, really, which is frustrating. But it is growing. There's definitely, it's bushier than it has been. So I was going to move it, but I kind of want to be done with the front yard. I want to concentrate on the backyard. So, but that's a salvia. And then next to it is supposed to be a spider lily. Never has bloomed. And I planted, somebody gave me a whole bunch of bulbs. You'll see them elsewhere. And I planted them in different locations to figure out what do they like. But they have not bloomed anywhere. So I'm going to give them this season. If none of them bloom this season, then I think I'm just going to dig them out and maybe plant them somewhere else or give them away. I don't know. Next to it is the Fakahatchee grass, which is really beautiful. And you can kind of see it's getting whatever that's called. Bloom heads, I guess? Seed heads? I don't know. I don't know what that's called. I did, in a video, I cut these back. And it looks beautiful. Next to it is this, you can hardly see it, Philippine violet, which someone gave me. Now this is kind of weird. It's just this long thing. I kind of want to cut it back, but I don't know. I'm a little bit afraid. And next to it you can see that purple thing, which is beautiful. But in front of the Philippine violet is a mully grass, which I also cut back. And I don't know, it doesn't look that great. I mean, it's healthy, but I don't know if maybe too many leaves got in the middle. Maybe I should have taken them out, you know, in the winter time or fall. But as you can see, I continue to get leaves throughout the whole year. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it'll get pretty. Ooh, I see a butterfly. Oh, it just flew away. Oh well. And of course, this blue ocean, what is it? Ocean blue salvia by Sally Fun. So this is just amazing. I mean, look at it. And a lot of this, it's not flowers, it's the calyx has the color. So it was actually brighter, I think, earlier this month. But notice, I don't know if you can see it. See the little buds? So I'm going to continue. I'm not going to cut it back because it's just so beautiful, but it's continuing to bloom. I am so happy with this. I actually bought another one, which I'll show you. But that's like, if you're wondering, get it. Sally Fun Ocean Blue Salvia, I think it's called. In front of it is another Blue Days. This one really doesn't do well. I'm going to have to replace that with something. And then next to the salvia is a firebush, and it looks a lot better than it has in the past. So I'm hoping that that will grow, maybe get as big as the salvia this year. That would be amazing. It hasn't done well in the past, but I always thought, let's see if I could do this with the sun. I always thought that, so you have the big cestrum, and then here I would have, I think my finger's in the right spot, you would have the big firebush. But we'll see. We'll see if it grows. I'm hopeful. It's a native, and it attracts hummingbirds and butterflies, so I really, really want that. Okay, and then in the front, I just have three variegated liriopes, or lily turf, I think they call it. I did not cut this back, and it kind of looks bad because it's got like these dead from last season. Maybe I need to go in there and clean it up a little bit. But yeah, but that's the bed. I'm really, really happy with it. God, you can't see it. It's a bad time to be taping. But the thing is, if I don't do it now, I have to wait till like 7 to do it because it's just in full sun. So then we come over here, and I've added 2 containers. And there's another one over there which has the same thing. This is a salvia that's like a hot pink purpley color, but oh my god, it's just, this heat. This particular one does get, heat constantly. The other one gets a little bit of shade. And I've got Creeping Jenny. I had sun patients, but sun patients don't like sun here anyway. And so I think after this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut back these flowers. I do see a new one back here. So I'm hopeful. I think these are new buds here. So I'm hopeful that I just have to keep watering it. But yeah, so I've realized that these containers are kind of tough because I have to keep watering them. It's a pain. But then here in this bed, hopefully you see it. You could see the row of those spider lilies. So they have doubled. They're growing, but they're not. So like there's 3 there now, and there's 3 here. There's 3, most of them. Oh, even this one, which I thought I had lost, is back. But this side of the bed gets a little bit more shade, but they haven't bloomed, and just the foliage isn't enough. But look at the Vitex. If you have been following me, it got so leggy last year. It went up to like probably 8 or 10 feet. It's still, it is a little leggy. I wish it would have but it's got buds. Look. It's got buds everywhere. So it's gonna flower, hopefully, and everywhere. Almost every branch has buds. So I'm really, really excited that it's gonna flower. I hope, because it's gonna flower, that means it's not gonna keep growing up. I hope. I don't know. We will see. I was gonna give it this year, and if it didn't do well, I was gonna get rid of it. So that's the Vitex. I'm really excited. The fire spikes are growing. They're taking a while. I don't know why, but they're taking a while. Maybe they need more water. So I don't water the front as much as I do the backyard. It's just a pain. I have to figure out irrigation for the front. It's really, really important. Back here I have 2 boxwoods that I planted. One of them's doing okay. I haven't trimmed them at all. This one is really struggling. I have 2 huge boxwoods, so I don't know why. I'm hoping that it's going to bounce back. I really probably should trim it a little bit. But it's just so hot. Although it gets shaded by the Vitex. I had hoped that I could just have 2 like balls next to this other boxwood, especially for Christmas, to put, lights. I like putting lights, but we'll see. But this is this. So what I plan to do, let me move back, is I plan to buy some annuals and plant in between all the spider lilies for this season. And maybe put add a vinca to those containers, because it seems like vincas don't mind our sun. So I might do that. But then here we have underneath the bottle brush, which was beautiful. I believe either February or March, I can't remember. But I'm really excited because here are my peacock ginger. I kept looking. Oh look, here's more. Oh God, there's a roach. Yuck. Let's get rid of that. Ooh. Yuck, I hate roaches. Okay. So I kept looking and it wasn't coming up and wasn't coming up, and I was so worried that I had lost it, but I did not, thank God. I think I have some ajuga in the back that isn't doing anything, so I might plant the ajuga here and see maybe if it does well here. So then I had bought these coleus from UF. Honestly, I don't like them. I don't think I'm going to buy coleus anymore. At least, I mean, these two look okay. These don't, and because they're more in the sun. They're supposed to be able to take sun. So what has happened to this bed was full shade at one time, but see here, I think my finger's in the right place, there was a tree, and that they told me that it was sickly and I needed to cut it. So when I had some other trees cut, I cut that tree down, and now this side of the bed has sun. So I don't know. See the azalea on the right? I have bought these 2 new azaleas. As you can see, I have a hose, and I put that on like every other day or so to give it water, because it's just but I don't know. I hope they do okay. This one seems to be doing okay. So here's another one of those spider lilies, which I originally put there because it was in the shade, and I thought, okay, either it's a shade or sun or part sun, but now of course it's in the sun. So I did buy these liriopes. I might dig out, I don't know, but I did buy 2 what do you call them, plumbagos, that I think I'm going to put one here and maybe one here, like maybe kind of here, because this area is getting sun. So years and years and years ago, I had a plumbago that kind of sneaked around the plant and mingled with whatever I had in the front. I don't even remember what I had in the front, but it looks so pretty. So that's why I bought those, but I haven't planted them yet. I'm going to do some planting after these tours, because if I wait till everything's perfect, then I'm never going to post. That's part of the reason why I don't post. Either I tape, I videotape, and then I don't edit it, and then I feel like it's too late, or I just want everything to be perfect, and it's just never going to be perfect. As you can see, there's weeds, and there's always weeds in my... Okay, so here's my side yard, and I usually don't talk too much about my side yard, but I did do some things. So show you the bad part. Here I have a bunch of amaryllis, and they grow every year, and they're beautiful. I'll plot some photos. I've got some pink ones and red ones, and a really deep burgundy one that was gorgeous. I've also got these, I think these are called oxalis, which is so cool. They kind of just appeared. I'm thinking of maybe trying to dig this one out and putting it in a pot and see what happens. I also have honeysuckle. I'm pretty sure that's honeysuckle. And I had that years and years and years ago, and instead of growing that way, which is what I wanted to do, it grew that way. So, and maybe, as you can see, there's sun, so maybe that's why. I also have, let's see if I can zoom in on it, my milkweed. There's this container here because my daughter was supposed to take the milkweed back to her for her garden. She gets much more sun in Jacksonville, but look, the milkweed has been eaten. Oh, look, here's one. Do you see? There he is. There he is. And then there's another one here. Let's see, there it is. I can't zoom in because then I won't be able to zoom out again. There he is. So we've got a couple of monarch caterpillars. Let me move back. But this is the part that I have added to. So let me move back a little bit. So here is the beautyberry. Look how big it is, nice and big. I hope it flowers. Last year, it just very nothing. I'm hoping this year it will. I don't know, maybe it doesn't get enough sun. In the front I have hot lip salvia, which is now starting to. So this is all new. And it's starting to, and it wintered over. It was green, so it never died back. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I don't know if maybe I should have cut it back a little bit. I don't know, but I'm just going to let it do what it wants to. Then from the backyard, and I'll show you that in a minute, I moved the blue ginger here. None of the gingers were doing anything, so I moved the blue ginger here, the butterfly ginger, and the Dr. Moy, I think it is, ginger here. Now, the blue ginger, nothing. I don't see anything. This is old. I don't know if I should cut it. And then I don't see anything new popping up. So I don't know, maybe that is a goner. But the Dr. Moy, this is a new spike. Just after I planted it came up. And the butterfly ginger looks healthy. We'll see. But it doesn't get super bushy. I want them to be bushy and to flower. Oops, sorry about my finger. It's hard to figure out where to put. Then I have this back here. I bought this last year. It's a yellow canna, but it doesn't seem to be growing. It, again, overwintered. It didn't die back, but I don't know. Maybe it's just waiting for constant heat, which I think we've gotten to. Ooh, what is that? What is that? Ooh. Some type of weird fungus? I don't know. And then here, this is crinum lilies, which I looked up yesterday. I have a place in my planner where I wrote down what month each plant flowers, and this one is July. So I thought it was spring, but it's not July. So hopefully in July it'll. So I have room for some other stuff, which I might plant here, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute. So yeah, that's my side yard. On the other side, of course, are my azaleas, and this is what you see in the beginning of all my videos. I need to cut it back sooner rather than later. I need to cut it back. It really didn't flower that well this year, and I think maybe I cut it back too late. That's why maybe next weekend that'll be on my list to cut this back, because I really need to do that. I also have a loropetalum that. Here we have foxtail ferns, and you can see I actually weeded this recently, and look. Oh, that Virginia creeper is just everywhere. Look over there, Virginia creeper. So I have areas in my yard that don't look good, but you know, I'm one person, so I can't get to everything. Look at it here, it's coming up the tree. And I just recently weeded that. Oh, it's just so prolific. So then here I added more amaryllis, and that one too. I think this one bloomed. This is a new one that I'm going to plant. So whenever somebody gives me an amaryllis, I just put them in the ground. Maybe this is not amaryllis. Maybe this is the spider lily. I'm not sure. I can't remember. So then we have this walking iris, which planted itself. And it did bloom recently. So that's funny. Here's a dumping ground. Not very pretty. But I have a fire spike that just planted itself, and a couple of porterweed, which I pulled out because they had died. And look, they're here. And this is a beauty berry. So, and this one I think, no, maybe not, I don't know, kind of is showing something. I don't know if you could see it. Oh, where's it? There it is. I don't know if those are buds. I don't know. But anyway, so that's like my whole side yard. Then of course it's the the Virginia creeper and the big sour orange, which I love. And it has, oh my god, it gave me so much last year. And it has little tiny, I don't do anything to this thing and I get oranges. But it keeps getting taller and taller. Okay, this is the one that I'm really concerned about. I had all the gingers on this side because I thought they like shade. that side gets more sun than this side. It all gets a little bit sun, maybe up to here, and then it's shade. As you can see, the line of the sun is moving. It'll keep moving out. But you can see remnants of some butterfly bush here, or butterfly ginger here. I had the blue ginger here. Here's my Fatsia, which is, I'm going to dig out. It's just not doing well. I don't know why it's not doing well. And then I have a whole bunch of swamp sunflowers that are popping everywhere. Now last year they popped up everywhere, but they didn't bloom. And the year before that they did bloom. So I don't know what's going on. This bed is problematic. I really should get a soil test. I'm just being lazy and not doing it, but I really should do that. One thing that is popping up is curcumas. Curcumas do really well in this bed, actually. Curcuma's coming up, and there should be one here somewhere in the ground, but possibly, oh, is that something? No, it's a leaf. Possibly when I dug up the other plants and moved them, maybe I inadvertently. So then here, you'll see dead plants. I bought some plants. Here's some over here. And I had the verbenas. I had 2 verbenas, and they were beautiful in the pots. And I kept them on the side yard in the shade, and they were beautiful while they were over there. But they're full of sun plants. The minute I planted them here, look what happens. This one I think is dead. This one looks like it might bounce back. I keep giving it water. It's like, oh my God. This is the same blue salvia as up front, but it's struggling. I'm telling you, it's this bed. I don't know what's wrong with this bed. But it does have buds. And then I planted, and look how bad that looks, a gardenia in the back, which I bought at Publix. It's maybe not a good quality, but look at it. It looks like this every afternoon. And it's right, I wanted it there because it's right in front of my bedroom window, and I thought it would be nice to maybe open up a window and smell the gardenia. And then over here should be my hybrid curcuma. That's really late usually, so I'm not concerned that that's not up yet, but that should be coming up hopefully this month. And then just a random canna that sprouted. I'm going to actually put that in a pot. And then this is a sunshine ligustrum, which is supposed to love sun and be yellow. But it's not yellow. It's not yellow. But I bet you if I were to put it in the front, it would die because it would be too much sun. I just can't get it. I just don't know. Spider plant. So my yard, by the way, my yard, I power washed the patio. Doesn't it look nice? But everything is like all over the place. Yeah. So I don't know if I talked about it in the planning video, but I definitely cleaned out the gutters, power washed the patio and the edge of the gutter because they were dirty. And so my goal is to make this beautiful with lots of plants and flowers, which most of them are going to have to be annuals. I actually got a container to put here, or I'm getting a container to put here, and I'm going to fill it with plants. So that when I look outside of my French doors, I will see flowers. But anyway, so here is another one of those Sally Fun salvias, and I had put it in this pot, and I had put it over there in that corner. I used to have a lot of plants in that corner, and it just almost died. So after this video, actually this has bounced back. I'm really happy. So after this video, I'm going to cut all this dead stuff and hope that it comes back. And I think it will. This piece stayed healthy, but these two I thought were gone. But actually they look better. But look at my anise behind it. It's never droopy, guys. It's never droopy. It's just this heat has been awful, and it has not rained in a while. So this is my challenging bed. I don't know if I'm going to find a solution this year. But I did add a few plants, but I think that's all I'm going to do. Anyway, this is my experiment with seeds. It's really tough. I mean, I have to water it every day. It's just been really tough. These little guys, they overwintered from last year. They're asters. And this one looks like it has buds. So I just kind of kept them there. So this first row, let's go back here. This first row is Tithonia. So the squirrels got it right away. So, but you do see a few did germinate. These next two rows are supposed to be zinnias, or not zinnias, cosmos. None of those germinated. I don't know if it was because of the squirrels or the seeds or what. Then the next two here, oops, where's my hand? Okay, I think here and here, those are zinnias, one type of zinnia, and then over here is another type of zinnia, and I think those did better. Again, there was, every day, there was disturbance. Then you see these here, these three, 1, 2, and then over there. My daughter gave me those. They're supposed to be black-eyed Susans, which I've been wanting to get for a long time. So I'm hoping those do well. If those do well, I might transplant one of them to the front garden. But we'll see. Okay, now way back by the fence. I remember I wanted color, so what I did is I added a couple pots with begonias, which are doing well. They've actually grown. You can see there also. That little patch gets a little bit of sun. And actually over here, it gets a little bit of sun later in the afternoon. But the good news, well, here's my sun patience. Completely dead. I don't even think I can revive those. But look, my oak leaf hydrangea, look, it's got little buds. Isn't that exciting? So I did a video of the backyard and I never uploaded it because I was so depressed because nothing was growing. These things were just sticks. But they're coming back, and this one too. And it has little, I don't know if you can see it, little buds. So I'm so excited. I just noticed something on this camellia. What is that? No, it's not a bug. This camellia has grown a little bit, which is good, but it's never flowered. And then I have, oops, sorry. Oh God, it's hot out here. It must be in the 90s. And then here is a small azalea, and it did flower this year. So I was happy with that. And then you can see my ajuga, which is not doing anything. It hasn't died, but it's not doing anything. I think there's just too many roots in this area, and it just nothing does well here. So I'm going to transplant it up front. And here is my viburnum, which just doesn't want to grow. This one doesn't want to grow, but this one actually was larger. So it was all the way up here, and I chopped it off because, I mean, I thought, if it keeps growing, I'm not going to be able to reach it. So it's just now starting to grow a little bit. But that's viburnum, never has flowered either. And this gets sun, so I don't know why. A couple of walking irises, which did flower already. Here is a holly, which has grown a little bit. Supposedly they're slow growers. I thought they were fast growers, which is why I put it there. But oh well. And then here is the begonia with a little creeping Jenny. And I try to, the annuals especially, I try to water, if not every day, every other day. Here is my camellia, which this one is like a hot pink one, and it has a lot of new growth. I'm really surprised. Camellias grow really slow. The bad thing is it gets a lot of buds, but then guess what? The squirrels get it. So I might see, I think this year I saw three blooms, that's it. And then the cannas, which I'm going to move eventually, but not until I know what I'm going to do with this area. So I hope you enjoyed the tour and you can recognize the progress. There's some progress. It's slow progress, but it's nevertheless progress. Have a good weekend. Have a good week.